Well, the numbers for April are in. Is the spring market in full bloom, or are we experiencing some gloom? Stay tuned and find out more. Hey guys, Vinay here with Remax Realtron and TorontoRealEstateGenius.com. Welcome to another edition of the Genius Market Report, where we will be summarizing the Toronto Real Estate Board sales figures for April of 2021. So home sales in the GTA set a new record for April. Now, before hearing these numbers, it is important to remember the situation we were in April of 2020 with the global pandemic, the beginning of the global pandemic, and the amount of uncertainty we were facing at that time. Obviously, we didn't know what this was. We didn't know how serious it was. And there was a lot of unknowns. So that played a lot into the real estate market at that time. So let's start by looking at the sales in April of this year and compare them to last year. In April, sales were up just over 362%. It's a crazy number. Over last year, we had 13,663 sales compared to last year's 2,957 sales. Now, last month we had 20,825 new listings, which is up year over year about 237% from April of 2020, where we only had 6,180 new listings. The average selling price in April for all home types was $1,090,992. That's up about 33% from last year, where we were at 820,000. And our months of inventory, we are sitting at about 0.8 months of inventory, so still a very strong seller's market, and we're up only about 0.1% from March, where we were at 0.7 months of inventory. So finally, we want to look at our days on market. Days on market remains unchanged from March of this year. We're still at 10 days average on market. Sales, remained very strong last month. And, despite the slowing in market activity compared to what we experienced in March, all major home types, the sales in all major home types remain very high. The low borrowing costs during COVID-19 clearly have an impact on the demand for the price of ownership and home ownership. And I think we could see moderate price growth in the next coming months. Now, home prices, I think, will continue to go upward for the rest of the year as people start to come back into Toronto and the low supply continues to be an issue. That's still going to be putting the pressure on the pricing and on the market. So I think continued price growth is where we're going to see. However, as of June 1st, as you guys know, OSFI, the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, has indicated they're going to raise the stress test rate from 4.79 to 5.25. And this basically means that on average, this will probably reduce the estimated purchasing power for uninsured borrowers, so uninsured over 20%, between 4 and 4.5%. So from past experiences, we know that, when the government starts to mess around or tinker with these sort of things, it kind of slows things down. But we see from past years that doesn't last too long. And so what ends up happening is that things start, people get over that. They wait to see if something major is going to happen. It might slow things down a little bit, but in the long run, we know that it doesn't really have a very strong effect on things. If you're thinking of selling, there hasn't been a better time. Inventory is still very low. If you want to chat more about real estate, make sure to give me a call. If you're not ready yet, you're not sure, have any questions, let's have a chat, let's have a coffee, and let's put together a plan for you to have you achieve your real estate goals. Thank you guys for tuning into this month's Genius Market Report. Remember that now more so than ever, who you work with makes all the difference. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Toronto Real Estate Genius. If you found this useful, share it with your family and friends. Hope to talk to you guys soon. Ciao for now.